Alrighty, are we live? We're gonna give this another go. I don't know if anybody out there has used OBS, but that is what I'm using. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to live streaming, so I know there's a lot of other people out there that have been doing this for a while, and they make it look so easy. I had to make some tweaks to the OBS software because it was buffering so much. It was crazy. It was ended up dropping the live stream a couple of times. But I figured I'd try to do a live stream this time instead of doing a video, just recording and posting it. So we'll see if anybody hops on and maybe we can make this a regular thing eventually. But I just kind of want to test out this streaming software and setup and see how it works. All right, I'm in YouTube Studio as well here, kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. But what I wanted to do today was I am continuing, obviously, to work on an automated market making algo, currently trading on Paradex at the moment. And today, what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at some results. So I'm continually making iterations to this thing pretty much every day. I'll make some more changes, deploy a new version, let it run for a day or so, check the results, and then make adjustments as necessary. So I kind of wanted to just show what my process was today as far as looking at results, because basically what I've been showing the in all my other videos is kind of the trading that's going on, like kind of what you're seeing on the screen here right now, where it's basically trading Zcash. And actually, the browser itself might be getting a little bogged down because the prices aren't updating here. But let's go over to the other browser, which is showing the results. So this is the user interface of the algo itself. And I have this trading on, it looks like 7 different assets at this point. I wanted to kind of test a wide array of different assets, see how it does on each of them. And the goal is to just get to a point where the same algo can trade on a number of different assets. Maybe I tweak some of the parameters for the algo, but overall I can trade the same thing across all these assets. So here we got Ripple. So this particular version, I started it up about midnight UTC, this latest iteration of it. So you can see I have 191 trades over that time period. We're down about 4 basis points overall. This is Solana, have about 200 trades, completely flat. Zcash, 355 trades, actually doing pretty well, up about 61 basis points since then. SUI, 117 trades, not as many trades, also just down a little bit, 2 basis points. Got Ethereum here, a lot of trades, 437, up slightly, 3 basis points. This one was interesting. I just wanted to try this out. I just wanted to see what it would be like to set a market making algo loose on an asset that only has about $40,000 in volume in a 24-hour period. I figured either this thing is going to get its lunch eaten and just completely killed and run over, or it's going to be the one that's making the market in this and earning this 7 basis point spread. And actually, what we see is we got 60 trades, surprisingly, traded about $800 in notional volume, but roughly flat. And then finally, we got Litecoin here, 120 trades, doing decent, up 16 basis points. So what I've been doing is, when I start my day, as I download all the trades that have happened since the algo started up, and I'll take a look at those results and then kind of decide what changes to make or what it is I want to test out next. So for that, I have been using, let's see here. For that, I've been just using Python to download the data and analyze it. So this is a file of all the fills that have happened on Zcash since I started the algo up. And so what I'm trying to record in this file is not only the price that we got filled at, but what level the trade was at. So I've got 4 levels that I'm quoting on both the bid and the ask side. And so I want to know, was this fill from the level that was closest to the market, or was it the next level down, and so on. And then a lot of other statistics about what the market condition was like at the time that this order was filled, as well as the 2 minutes after the order was filled. So it's including those stats in it as well. So let's go ahead and let's take a, oh, I think I'm going to need to actually initialize my environment first. And I don't know if I've got my, yeah, I don't have my command that I wanted to run here. Usually, if you're running in Bash, if you use the Bash shell, the way I run my commands, just like pretty much everybody does, you hit the up arrow on your keyboard till you find the command that you want to run. And unfortunately, since I restarted Visual Studio Code, it blew away my history for my shell here. But I can copy one of these commands here, and I'm gonna just change this up. I'm gonna move the file name to the end of the command, because since the file name's gonna be changing, and I put these into a folder called toxicity v1.2. Basically, I created a new toxicity filter. So toxicity meaning is the order flow that's coming to me as a market maker toxic to me? Am I more likely to be, getting filled on losing trades with this? So I deployed another version called 1.2, which all of these particular trades are related to. So let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at a few of these. We don't have to go. We're not going to go through all of them on this video, but let's take a look through. Let's take a look at XRP, since that was kind of the first one in the list, and that was probably the one that had done the worst. And let's see if this thing will run. It does. Nice. Okay. So it's going to print out a ton of stats here. Basically, how many fills, the order volume, what the average spread capture was. That was positive. It was almost 2 basis points. That was good. My realized P&L, 17 cents on a $600 account. Commissions paid 8 cents, so overall net P&L negative 25 cents. Net return 4 basis points negative. We're also defining markouts, also what levels got filled. So we see 161 L0, 121 L1, and then L2 and L3. So that's kind of expected. We're going to see most of our fills at the closest level to the inside of the market. And it's plotting a lot of stuff as well. But let's take a look at the interesting thing is we'll take a look at the profit and loss over time. Obviously, this is not too impressive. We're not seeing a whole lot of trendiness here. Actually, we're just seeing some spikes and then kind of slow bleeds. So the parameters that we're using for Ripple are probably not ideal. We have cumulative trend. Now, the other thing I like to take a look at is the inventory that we have. So ideally, we don't want to have huge spikes. We can see that for the most part, we stayed within the plus or minus 20, which is good. And then we can overlay that with the P&L. So typically what we'll see is if there's a spike in the profit and loss, it's likely corresponding to the spike in the inventory as well. And then the other thing I like to take a look at is mark out. So like mark out is basically saying after you were filled, did the price move in your favor or against you? And what you like to see, obviously, as a market maker, that you had a ask out there, got hit, and then the price went down from there, right? It didn't just blow through your ask and just keep going up. And so what we're seeing here, though, with Ripple is that it's not super consistent at different time horizons. This is anywhere from 1 second to 2 minutes. At the 30 and 60 second mark, our average was actually positive, but yeah, not this isn't super impressive at all. Can't really. I don't think we have a large enough sample to draw any conclusions anyway. But based on what we're seeing, not great. Now the good thing is it's not losing a ton of money either, which my previous iterations on Ripple were not even close to being profitable. I was getting my ass handed to me. So this is promising in the fact that it's heading in the right direction at least. So let's take a look at two other ones. Let's take a look at Zcash, and let's take a look at Ethereum. Zcash, I'm curious about because that one was doing the best, and I'm curious to see if the results though were consistent over that entire test period, or if there was just a good stretch that we had a bunch of winning trades. So running the analysis here, almost 800 fills on this altogether. So the I had restarted the app at some point. So we're seeing that about 92% of the fills are at level 0 and about 6 are at level 1. Realized P&L $5, commissions of 28 cents. So this is up roughly 80 basis points. So not bad. And the markouts look beautiful here. Everything's in the green over all the time periods. So let's take a look at the P&L plots over time. Okay. So all right, what we're seeing here is we had a huge spike at, I don't know, was this roughly 3 o'clock in the, oh wait, no, this is noon UTC. So pretty large spike. So, I mean, this could be an anomaly. What we're seeing as far as the results go. So, okay, so the difference too between these two plots is this plot is based on time. So it's kind of irrelevant how many trades it placed, right? So this is kind of meant to capture how much of our profit and loss is just due to the inventory that I'm holding on hand, right? Um, and so if, say, I have a bunch of buy orders come in and I accumulate a bunch of inventory and then I don't really have any other trades for a while, and say the market then moves up and down, I'm gonna have profit and loss based on just the inventory I'm holding. And as a market maker, I really don't want that. I'm not like trying to place directional trades. What I want to see, what I want to be making my money on is the spread, right? Just the buy and the sell. So here we have the P&L by trade. Now, what we see here is at roughly the 650 trade mark. The equity curve is beautiful here. So this is very encouraging. So the question is this going to hold up over a few different market conditions and continue its trajectory, or is it going to kind of meander like it was. Now at the 300 trade mark, it's kind of in a rough uptrend. We got some pullbacks here. Prior to that, we're just kind of meandering. So the whole goal though is the consistency, right? Like I want to see consistency through all of these market regimes. So it doesn't matter if the market's tanking, it doesn't matter if it's rallying, it doesn't matter if the volatility is going off the charts or it's super quiet. I really want to see consistency as much as possible through these regimes. And let's take a look at the P&L overlay. So we did have a huge spike here in the inventory, but for the most part, we're in the plus or minus zero point 0.2 range, which is good. And we already took a look at the markouts for this. So, and let's take a look at two more. So I said Ethereum, but I also let's take a look at Litecoin as well as part of this. So let's do ETH next. Okay. So 419 trades total. 84% of those are at level 0, 13% are at level 1. Realized P&L 36 cents, commish 17, net is 19 for a total return of 3 basis points over this time frame. And so let's take a look at the various plots here. So yeah, this also is not that impressive. We're just kind of oscillating. So definitely progress, because Ethereum was another one I'm getting my ass handed to me on previously. And honestly, I'm not expecting. I'm going to be surprised if this strategy does well on the majors like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana, just because the spreads on those markets are super tight. There's a lot of players playing there, and it's just super competitive. I don't know if I'm going to have an edge in these markets, but I'm just kind of curious to see how it performs. And the fact that I'm not losing a ton of money at this point, this is somewhat encouraging. So I'm going to keep trading this, and we'll see how it goes. And then finally, let's just take a look at Litecoin. Okay, so 80% of our fills are at level 0, 13% at level 1. So that's pretty good balance. Dollar realized commission is 6 cents. How many trades we got? 116 trades and notional value of $1,900. Net P&L 93 cents and a net return of about 15 basis points. So looking promising. P&L curve over time, it's biased to the upside. Here's the trade P&L. Now we can see here between trade 60 and roughly 90, we were actually in a downtrend before things kind of started picking up again. But we were in an uptrend also from trade like 20 to 60. So I'm going to kind of withhold judgment on this one as well, but this is looking promising. So I think what I will be doing today, as far as, based on these results, is if we go back to the chart here, I've got some parameters set, like what is my base spread that I'm quoting. And I also have some other parameters on how do I widen those spreads based on how the volatility is in the market. So as things get more volatile, this 6 basis point spread is going to widen quite a bit if I choose to have it do that. Now I can make the volatility be less or more of an impact on that spread. So given the results that we're seeing with Ripple and Ethereum are kind of, they're not awful, but definitely not profitable. Definitely wouldn't be trading any serious money with it. I'll probably tune those parameters a bit more restart the Algo and go ahead and let it run with those parameters and see how it does. I do have another version of the toxicity filter in the works that um, I'm going to be taking a look at more parameters, some more microstructure type stuff, and what's going on in the order book in order to try to decide how I want to quote this, and then I'll go ahead and deploy that, and we'll see how it does. And if it has an improvement, great. If not, I can always roll it back and go to the previous version and just continue making some iterations here. And then also I might try to take a look at some other assets to see what behaves maybe in the similar way to Zcash here, because I would have thought SUI would have done that as well. It has roughly the same volume, just under $1 million in volume, and the spread's been roughly the same as well. Although what I notice about the spread between Zcash and SUI here is this thing does not bounce around nearly as much, although we are seeing it bounce around now. So I don't know. On the surface, it looks like the structure and kind of the behavior of these two assets are very similar, yet the results are very different. And not only in the profitability, but the number of trades is also interesting. SUI has a lower number of trades, and which is strange because the spread that I'm quoting on this is half the spread of Zcash. My base spread on Zcash is 20 basis points, whereas on here it's 10. So intuitively, you would think I should be getting far more trades on this if I'm quoting tighter spreads, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'll have to investigate that a little more, make some more tweaks on it, and see if I can get some more trades here on this. So anyway, it's very much a iterative process of testing stuff out, letting it run for a bit, analyzing the results, making some changes, getting another version out there. So love to hear if anybody has suggestions or questions about what I got going on here. Please just drop a comment either on this video or one of my other videos, or reach out to me on X. Be happy to connect with you there as well. So, and then on Friday, I'm going to be teaming up with the Paradex team. We're going to be doing a live stream together and just talking about trading in general, automated trading, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So hope you guys are having an awesome week, and I hope to see you guys on Friday.